We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Cactus Wrestling is now available on Spotify and Amazon. And don't forget to check us out on Etsy for all of your Cactus Wrestling apparel needs. It's the video that everyone's been waiting for. Well, we did a poll a while back and we waited
Oh,
until
no.
after the Olympics was done.
Yeah, we didn't
And
forget about you.
yeah, so we
No.
started off with Iowa and Oklahoma State. If you haven't checked out those videos, we did the lineup previews and then a dual meet comparison. So you can check out all three of those videos on the
Hey,
Cactus Wrestling YouTube page. But today we are doing the winner of the poll, Penn State Nittany Lion Wrestling lineup preview for the 24-25 wrestling season. So let's start at 125. The reigning Big Ten champion, Braden Davis,
yeah,
is
he's not
coming back, but
Yeah,
will he
not gonna be
be
the
the starter? No?
nah.
no,
Braden
because
Davis, he's going 33.
yeah, he's not going back
Is
to
that
23.
confirmed though?
I think it's all but confirmed. I mean, he's been wrestling. He wrestled at 61 kilo. Um, he already, there was rumors already before he even wrestled 61 kilo that he had a hard time making the weight at 125. He's on, I guess, the taller side for 125. I think this is going to be one name and one name only, and that's Luke Lillidahl. And I don't think he's going to hold the spot for multiple years. I think he's going to grow. But my guess is it's Luke Lillidahl with Braden Davis versus Aaron Nagao at 133.
But you don't think that it'll be Gary Steen and they redshirt Luke Lillidahl?
I don't.
But it's
It's,
Gary Steen.
it's also not going to be Kurt Henry.
Nick
Kurt
Henry.
McHenry, Robert Howard, Brandon Wenzel, Marco
Mhm.
Vespa. I don't think it's going to be any of those guys. I think Luke Lillidahl is like coming in expecting to take this spot day one.
Yeah.
And I'm very much looking forward to see how he does at U20s this year.
And he was your NCAA champion pick.
Yeah, I
Lillidahl?
feel really confident. I mean, look, we've seen how good Jax Forrest is at wrestling. And I know like it's a weird comparison. Luke Liddell has beaten Jax several times now, where he does have the series lead. Um, I feel like he's just a very, very talented wrestler coming in. He's got a great offense, very tough to score on, high pace guy. I think he's going to be a very talented 125 for Penn State. I don't think he'll hold the weight forever, though. I think this is a guy that maybe one maybe 2 years. He'll be at 125, but I do anticipate him growing to 33.
So, are you concerned at all that now Thomas Gilman and Roman Bravo Young are not in that training room there to develop these lighter weight guys?
Honestly, yeah, a little bit. I mean, and the same thing could be said about Coach Kennedy that also left.
That's true.
There was
Yeah.
a lot of talent and a lot of really good coaches there. Um, you know, I think Penn State will figure it out still, but it is something that is we'll definitely see an impact. I think this season. That being said, I think Luke Liddell is at that level where it's not quite the difference maker. I mean, it's great to have those guys as incredible partners. Um, but when you're coming in as a guy that's been going for, I believe, his fourth world medal in freestyle, he's just very talented. I know that freestyle is not an exact translation of folk style, but because we are in freestyle season, that's why I keep bringing it up. And his national level results, whether it be Super 32, um, you know, Ironman, Powerade, all these big events. I mean, he's a Wyoming seminary wrestler. He has very talented partners. He's got great coaching. I think it's just going to continue, and it's not going to be
But how's he going to get past Marcus Blaze?
How's he gonna All-American in the shadow of Nick Siriano?
I think he's going to break the curse. I think. Is Blaze even able to go 25? Do we even know that?
No.
I think he's going
Isn't
to.
he still in high
Well,
school?
yeah, he's got one more
Yeah,
year.
he's still got another year in high school, so
But I think he's going 60. I think he's going 133 anyway, or I guess for high school 132.
well.
Um, but yeah, Luke Liddell is my pick here. I don't know about you guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, for the Penn State lineup, I think that makes sense.
I mean,
Even
the
if
other
Braden
options we
Davis
already
is,
listed.
yeah, even if Braden Davis is down there, I, I mean, maybe they split some time, but I think you're right. with
Yeah.
No, if
how
Davis is down there, I don't think I think they redshirt Lillardall 100%.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, 100. Yeah.
if
That's the
Davis
Penn
is the
State way.
25, they're not going to burn Lillardall at all. Like maybe they do the 5 duel thing, but that's not burning him. So
I exactly. If Braden Davis, and that's a big if he's at 125, Luke Little's sitting for the year.
now
yeah.
this creates one of many log jams at Penn State with Aaron Nagao and Braden Davis at 133.
I
How do you
mean,
think this wrestle off goes?
I
I'd say if it was before this past season, it would be Nagao all day.
yeah.
After this past season,
Yeah, I think that like when Aaron Nagao transferred, I'm like, man, Penn State got a great transfer, a huge stud, a guy that's going to do damage day one. And I feel like he was one of the, kind of cursed transfers that we talk about that transfers in and just almost regresses at Penn State. So I would
yeah.
agree with Mike. I think that I would give the edge to Braden Davis right now. I feel like Nagao's top work was something that we, when he wrestled RBY, like, wow, this guy can score. He's tough. And then we didn't see that last season. And I feel like guys are starting to maybe figure him out. And who would know him better than someone that probably has wrestled him pretty frequently is Braden Davis.
Yeah,
So
I don't have a lot of confidence in Nagao after this past season. I mean, not that Braden Davis is like leaps and bounds above anything or anything super, but like it's more of I have less confidence in Nagao after his follow up to All Americaning than Davis's freshman campaign. Like I feel like Davis will probably improve upon what he did last year, whereas the hope would be Nagao could get back to form of when he was at Minnesota.
So you
yeah.
you think Braden Davis is going to All-American, Mike?
Me, Mike, or him?
Because that's what you just said.
No, I was saying I
He's
would
going to
hope
improve upon last year. He was a Big Ten
I would
champion
hope
in a
that he
round
would
of
improve
12.
upon last year, but this is also going up a weight class.
That's true.
So
I
like
I have concerns with his offense. When he goes for that fireman stump, it's nice, but he's been way too passive.
You also don't like him as a person.
yeah,
I
that
don't like
too.
his attitude. I
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah,
him personally, but I don't like
yeah,
his
yeah.
attitude on the
Yeah.
mat where he pushes the guy and pouts. He was
Yeah.
pouting during that whole match and throwing his hands up like, dude, you didn't even do anything
Yeah, no. I
against
I I I,
Figs.
I think this is a real toss up without having seen them practice together or wrestle each other at all. To me, this could go either way, especially if Davis was having trouble holding his weight down. Or maybe one of them has
I
the other's number and just
I
can.
I give the advantage to Nagao, and if Nagao doesn't end up starting, you can see him bye
Transfer,
bye.
hitting that portal. I'm gonna
What, he's
give
going to
the
hit the portal first
yeah,
semester?
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna give the advantage to Braden Davis. Um, just because
There's a
I think
shock.
that yeah, well, I think he can build off of what was honestly a pretty solid freshman campaign. Um, it was definitely disappointing to see him not All American after doing pretty well.
Well, I mean, what, you were the one seed
Number
at
one seed.
Yeah,
NCAA,
I was like,
Yeah.
that's what I
so
mean. Like um, so I'd like to see him All American this season at 133. Am I going to predict it? No. But I think he could beat Nagao if he's wrestling that same version of Nagao that we saw last season.
And drop your comments down below. Who do you think is going to be the 33 starter, Aaron Nagao or Braden Davis? 141 is pretty cut and dry. Bo Bartlett is coming back.
Mike, you were telling us a fun fact
Yeah,
about Penn State's lineup here.
Bo is like the only 141 listed right now. Like they have like 525s, 633s, a few 49s, and just a singular 141. It's Bo Bartlett. So they are very happy he's coming back this year.
Now, he had so many close matches last year, so many overtime
Gosh,
matches, and then he actually shot in overtime in the NCAA finals and somehow got taken down by
Yeah,
Jesse Mendez.
a
that
super
was a
non Bo Bartlett
exhilarating
moment.
finish.
Taking your
So,
shot.
um, between rematch potential with not Ridge Levitt, I'm thinking Brock Hardy. Brock Hardy at Nebraska.
Well,
Andrew
he's
Lear
also
is
got
coming back.
Lirez, yeah.
Yeah. Do we see Bartlett making the finals again, especially with
No,
Mendez returning?
No,
I think, man, probably not.
no. I mean, unless
It's
Alirez has a terrible return.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely a
But
Well,
I mean,
Mendez beat Alirez, and even
yeah,
though
but
that
even in that
match
match, like
really
it
no one
was
really did
I watched
anything.
that match. It was the most boring match. Neither guy did anything.
Yeah.
And then there was that one position where like he scored, and then like that was the whole match, and it was like a
And it was
stupid.
freestyle too, right?
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
I would have rather them
Well,
both open up and had the score been like 11-11 than what that was.
I
Hmm.
almost wonder if there's any possibility where Mendez goes 49 this year.
Why would he do that?
I
You'll
just
just
wonder.
have to stay tuned for our
Yeah,
Ohio
I
What is
State
he
just
following the
lineup
Kyle
preview.
Dake?
I'm just curious on his growth. You know?
So 1 year he goes up 8 pounds. You think he's going up another 8 pounds
Yeah. No,
in a 2 year span?
it's a
16
power move.
pounds.
Just keep growing. I got Bartlett taking bronze.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I think
reasonable.
a All-American for sure.
Yeah,
He's
I
he's
don't think
become
there's.
he's become Austin DeSanto.
Oh, I don't think there's a situation, barring an injury, that Bo does an All American. I think that
Yeah,
he's experienced enough that he can keep matches close enough that he can squeak them out if he needs to.
or maybe he has a Jaden Ironman season.
Well, he took
Yeah,
But
third
then
in
again, that was
20.
injury. So
He took third in 2023, second in 2024.
back to third.
Yeah.
back to third.
Sixth.
3-2-3.
So 149, Tyler Kasek was the guy last year, but everyone's saying he is massive now. So
He's a big
that
boy.
leaves Shane
Sugar
Van
Train.
Shane. I think
Ness.
Shane's coming back. I'm curious how he bounces back after an ACL injury. I know that we've seen guys bounce back: Spencer Lee, Jaden Ironman, Carter Starachi, uh, Yanni Diakmahalis. Um, but anybody that's out there knows that still an ACL injury is not like this easy thing to come back from. And even so, like Jaden Ironman fell off pretty hard. Spencer Lee didn't win the national championship as a senior. And he still had on again, off again knee issues that people were talking about. Oh, I hope his knees are okay for the Olympics. I think that Shane Van Ness is going to be the starter, especially with KSAC growing, but I'm not sure if he's going to be a return to form
How
that
many
we
matches do you think he's going to have going into Big Tens?
6.
I was going to say 8.
Yeah.
He's not going to wrestle all year long. He's not going to be in the lineup. They're going to put David Evans in because he split some time with Bo Bartlett
But
last year.
do you think he's going to be in the All-Star match?
No.
No, why would he? He didn't wrestle last year.
He was in it last year
He's still
because
an
he
all.
was in it last
My man is still an all-star.
year.
Yeah,
I'm
but like that,
1-0 in the All-Star match. Put me
especially
back in.
especially after a year of being injured, why risk it in something that doesn't
Yeah,
matter?
that's what I think too. I think Shane Van Ness, and then I'm gonna go with KSAC at 57. But
Yeah.
wait, didn't he miss weight for what did
Kasich
he?
missed weight, yeah.
But what was it for? Was it for 70 or 74?
Uh, no, I don't know what weight it was.
Now,
I have this right.
I just know
if
he
this
missed
was
weight.
Pat Populizio and he was missing weight, then he'd be
He just
kicked off
run.
the team.
Yeah.
Uh, Pat would send us out like if so, you weighed in before practice heavier than he wanted you. He said, "Come back when you're on." weight." So you didn't even get to practice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean,
so
so you
KSAC missed 154.
oh, so what? That's he's got an extra 3 pounds. You know,
Yeah,
he's
so
doing fine.
he missed 70 kilo, I think. Then
So,
Yeah,
is there any
yeah,
situation that Levi Haynes returns at 157?
I mean, everything
no,
everyone
it
was
was
saying was he was too big for
yeah.
57.
I feel like they've been saying that for 2 years now, but I think that's why we saw a more sluggish Levi Haynes through a lot of the season. Is that he was probably cutting a good amount.
Oh, and why he almost lost that one match
Yeah, well, that was
in the
wild.
duel?
Well, the
Um,
Chase Saldate one too. I mean,
that's
my
what.
God,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, the Chase Saldate one.
I don't know how he blew that, giving up a reversal with like less than 2 seconds left.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, I think that everyone in Penn State is just going up a little bit, except for Bo Bartlett, who's like, no, I'm 41 is where I live.
Now,
So
you don't think Mitch Messenbrink goes down to 57?
no,
No, why would he? Everyone's leaving that weight. That weight is wide
yeah,
open now.
Yeah.
especially at this point where like he did so well at 74 kilo. Um, I think he's just gonna stay at 165 and be
I
like,
mean, he
yeah,
made a fan out of Jordan Burroughs, so
yeah, big friends. You know the best part of that whole thing is that Mitchell Messenbrink still placed ahead of him on the Olympic team because Jordan didn't weigh in the next day.
oh,
So Mitch is
how
third,
you
Jordan's
like me
fourth.
now?
Yeah, it's like you might have won the battle, but I won the war.
Yeah, I don't think JB really cares about that though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only one of them was the announcer at the Olympics.
Do you think Messenbrink's gonna get figured out?
No, because I don't think it's something to figure out. He's just really fast.
Dean Hamidi is
Like
gonna just spill his secrets. I know how to beat him.
he's just high paced. I mean, but Hamidi lost to him.
Yeah, no, I know.
I think he's just. I don't think there's any like secret to Messenbrink. I just think he's like, hey, like I'm gonna go really, really hard, and the guy's like, okay. He goes, no, 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 but like really hard.
I'm gonna just shoot, and then after I
Yeah,
shoot, I'm gonna
Yeah,
shoot and
but
shoot and
at
shoot and
times I
shoot.
feel like he's kind of reckless.
yeah, for sure. But I
Oh,
don't think
definitely.
that. I think that he almost reminds me of Bo Bassett in that sense, where like we've seen, I think back to the Zapata match with Bo Bassett.
Oh
And,
yeah.
it's like, wow, like he's going high pace, high pace, high pace, but he's putting himself in not good situations.
Mm,
I think Mitch Messenbrink has that other level of like, man strength and whatnot that he's like, even if I put myself in not such a good spot, I can still figure it out.
yeah.
So I don't think there's something to necessarily figure out about him. I think they're going to try to slow him down. But as we saw with who did he wrestle that just had an absolute grip on him?
Who had what?
Who did
Who?
Mitchell Messenbrink wrestle that like grabbed him and like had such a good grip on his wrist?
Oh,
I don't.
Antrell Taylor.
Yeah, Antrell Taylor.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right.
That was the closest I think we've seen to like someone figuring him out and slowing him down. But even then, like I don't think it was a match that I was worried about Mitchell Messenbrink losing.
Mm.
And WrestleStat has him predicted at 157 this year.
Really, Antrell
Mm-hmm.
Taylor or Mitchell Messenbrink?
Antrell Taylor.
He's gonna be so strong.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, he's gonna be tying up a guy. If he can last at that weight, he'll be so much like physically more imposing than the
Well,
other
who
guys.
knows? Maybe he'll win the Big Ten.
Could do it.
Just on the grip strength alone.
So
Hey,
we don't think Joe Seeley will
no, I don't think so yet.
That's definitely a red shirt. Like there's no
Yeah.
reason to burn that when they got these other guys here.
Mhm.
well,
Unless they
as we
run into
go
some injuries, but
I
as
mean,
we
they'll
go
definitely get some matches, but I don't think they're gonna burn the red shirt
as we go up to 174, Levi Haynes is the
versus Keegan.
project
Yeah,
is the projected guy. I'm also going to put Alex Facundo here just because we have to talk about him.
oh, I
This
forgot
dude
he
still has
existed.
3 years of eligibility left.
You
Is
don't
he
think
just going to
he
ride
tries
into
to
the
beat out?
sunset for the rest of his career with these new guys coming in with Zack Ryder, Joe Seeley?
He's
Um,
gonna be what's his face? That just transferred out.
Michael
oh,
Beard.
Terrell Bearclaw.
Bearclaw. Yeah, he's gonna be
No,
Bearclaw. Where Carter's gonna be like, yo, see this guy, he could win a national title, but he's on the bench.
no. It's gonna be tough, man. I mean, it sucks to be like I followed Facundo in high school. Like he's a guy that I watched, and I was like, man, like I can't wait to see where he ends up in college. And I was like, what? He's going to Penn State? Like it all makes sense. What a dominant wrestler going to a great school. And I think this is a good representation for a lot of guys that they're like, just because you're good in high school doesn't necessarily mean you'll be good in college, and vice versa. Just because you're maybe not so good in high school doesn't mean you're not going to be good in college.
Right.
Um,
Do you think you don't think Facundo goes down in weight to?
No, if anything, I would see him doing like a Shakur Rashid and going up to 97.
But
No, yeah,
that's where
it's
our
way
other
too.
friend
Yeah,
is going.
it's too much for him. I think his best shot would have been 184, but I think Josh Barr has just taken that jump. Um, yeah, I mean,
But what if Facundo wanted to go 57?
do you think he can?
No.
I mean, he competes at
That's a
74
big
kilos. That's
drop.
one. Well, he still wrestles 74 kilo, 163.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I think he could definitely
Could he
do
get down another 6
65,
pounds?
but I don't what, and try to beat out K-Sac?
I mean, if Kasak's missing weight, maybe. I
That's
mean, there's got
missing weight that's lighter than 57.
because
yeah,
Kasak was a true freshman. They
yeah.
could redshirt him.
There's got to be something involved with the Facundo camp because he went to the Olympics. He's always Kyle Dake's training partner. I mean, Dake picked him over like Jason Nolf.
Yeah, that's weird.
And again, 165, 74 kilos, very close to one another. Maybe he does make the cut and just gets down another 6 pounds to be the 157. I
You think he
It's
could do
tough
better
with
than K-Sac?
Facundo has good offense. Neutral is his specialty, especially as a kind of freestyle specialist.
Yeah, you remember him at NCAAs.
But yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. Like it was so weird to see him as a folk style guy not doing well because I've seen him do so incredible in freestyle and folk style. Um, I would say his best shot is not 174 but 157. That's a very good point. And they could redshirt Kasich.
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
think that's gonna happen, but
it's a possibility.
I'd say it's a better chance than beating Levi Haynes at 74.
Yeah, I
how
don't
do we
see
think
Facundo beating
Levi's gonna
Haynes.
do? We didn't talk about that.
Second,
To who?
Whoa.
Keegan
To
O'Toole.
Keegan?
Yeah, come on.
Wow.
Not Hamity?
Is he going 74?
Yeah.
He sure is.
Yeah,
Well, then I
Hamity's
guess so.
74
74.
is now the new
Oh yeah,
stacked weight
74 is the
class.
65 of the past 2 years. Like
Yeah. You
74
I
got
would
is
say
you
you
got
got
stacked.
Rocco Welsh, Gabe Arnold,
oh my gosh,
Gabe
let's assume
Devos, Dean Hamady, Keegan
Lennox
O'Toole,
Wallach.
Levi Haynes, Lennox
Yeah, Lennox
Wallach.
Wallach.
You got some good guys. I
And
still think
Wallach is
Haynes.
at what, Virginia Tech?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got Haynes taking second. He
Wow.
might give Keegan a run for his money, but I don't think so. I think Keegan is just so solid still despite his last year performance. He was great up until that NCAA match in the semis.
You mean the one match he lost all year?
That's what I mean. He was so good up
He
until
was
that.
so good, except for that one time he lost.
Where he lost to two-time national champ David Carr, who was like,
He was a one-time national champion.
Who's given him half of his career losses.
So
yeah, a
more
guy
than
you've
half.
wrestled 3 times in the past,
exactly.
traded matches with.
So I got Levi Haynes not beating him. If Levi Haynes does beat, Keegan, then I'm like, okay, well, everyone
That'd be
better move out of the
insane.
way because this is insane.
Yeah, that'd be
This
insane.
guy's gonna do what he wants.
So 184, we talked about Josh Barr. This guy is going to be a redshirt freshman this year. I believe he went undefeated in his redshirt season last year.
I'm looking forward to seeing Josh Barr.
Who was it? Didn't he have some big wins over some freestyle guys?
He did. He beat what's his name from he beat from
Gabe
Aspen
Arnold?
Wrestling. No, from Aspen Wrestling Academy.
Oh, Aiden
Oh,
Sinclair?
Yeah,
Sinclair.
he beat Sinclair, I believe, and he also beat Gabe Arnold, I thought. Or did Gabe Arnold lose?
Was he the one that beat Gabe Arnold? And then he was talking about how it was like, yeah, I had to do it for my boy Carter. Like,
Yeah, that might have been it.
it was either him or Cochran. I think it was him.
First,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
might
Barr
have been,
that
I think
was.
it was Josh Barr.
Yeah,
No,
talking
it
up
was
how
it
he
was
beat
Zach
Gabe.
Ryder. It was Zach Ryder that said
Oh,
that.
Zach Ryder.
Yeah,
Right.
for U20s, yeah.
Wait,
Josh.
what weight's Zach Ryder?
174.
Oh boy. No. He's a little bit bigger. I think he's
Also 84?
he's
They'll probably
79.
redshirt him, though.
He's 1 no, he's 79 kilo. So he is 80. He's 174.
Yeah. Well, no.
I think they're gonna redshirt Zach Ryder though.
Well, yeah. I mean, what, you think they're gonna put Zach Ryder out instead of Levi?
No, there's no way.
Like the only one that would go is Zach Ryder over Barr.
I would
Yeah,
put
I
him
don't
in.
think
I
so.
would put him in there because we were saying Kasak last year, 41 potentially, and then he bumped up to 49. So
And now he's too big for 49.
yeah, if push comes to shove, I think it's fair to say that you could
Seems like
have
he hit his growth spurt come college, not high school.
But yeah, it was to just circle back. Zach Ryder beat
Gabe Arnold.
Gabe Arnold for the U20 spot, and then Josh Barr beat Aiden Sinclair for the U20 spot. After Aiden Sinclair beat him previously, Josh Barr beat him.
Oh, that's right. It was in a 2 out of 3. He beat him 2 out
Yeah.
of 3.
Yes.
I'm gonna put another name here
Lost
too.
1-1. Yeah.
Who?
I think he's
this
up.
guy.
I think he's at 97.
Well, WrestleStat has him at 84.
That doesn't know nothing about nothing.
WrestleStat
Are you
is
kidding? They are
is
the
a free online
creme de la
resource.
creme de rankings.
What's funny is like with and we'll probably make a video about this, but with the non-Olympic weight world championship coming up soon, a lot of people are like, is Carter going down to 79 kilo? It's like, dude, like,
I mean, he didn't do that great at freestyle anyway.
yeah,
So
it's like freestyle's not his cup of tea. First off, second off, he just wrestled 86 kilo and he's trying to grow since then.
yeah, so clearly going to drop down.
Yeah.
92 kilos would make more sense, but
That's what
Zahid's probably going to go there, and I don't think he could touch Zahid.
It'd be funny as heck though if Carter just beats Zahid and Zahid's like, these friggin' Penn State guys. I
You
just
know what
hate
would be
them.
even funnier is if the Lizard King, off of his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu thing, decided to come back to wrestling again and beat Carter after losing to him.
That's like Pat Downey's like, I've never lost. It's like I've either like not scored enough points and ran out of time. Like he
Yeah.
just
I had him beat after the first period. And
Yeah.
then if there was the second periods where, things didn't come.
That's where it started to fall apart.
Do you think how do you think Carter would do against Kekaisen?
I think he beats him. This is
I don't know.
this is me gonna be
a
a
tight match, I think.
This is gonna be me being a biased Carter fan and you guys being a biased Carter hater. So Carter's going for his 5th national championship. Like I just think that it's tough to pick against a guy that's had so much success.
If he wants his best shot at doing it, it's at 97.
That's when he's going 90. Yeah, he's going 97.
Yeah. Avoid Keegan O'Toole and avoid Kakaisen.
Yeah, he's going 97, and the next year it's going to be one of the Mirasola brothers.
Yeah.
So I got Carter 97. I feel like he's a pretty clear 97. Because if he doesn't go 97, then you'd have to put probably like
Lucas
Connor
Cochran.
Mirasola. Yeah, Lucas Cochran would be great.
Yeah, Cochran would be, I feel like, over Mirasola.
How many matches does Carter have going into Big Tens?
The minimum.
Yeah, what, 2? What's the minimum?
There is no minimum. That's the problem.
No,
One?
to get seated, I think you have to have at least.
Yeah, but he doesn't care about seeding because he just
he
no
was the
seeding
9
last
seed
year.
last year.
No, yeah, so I feel like he'll have like a half a dozen, like 6.
Yeah.
A lot of cryptic Twitter posts, and then he'll just show up, as whatever seed, win it, and be like.
But then he'll weigh in at 74 for the Iowa duel so that he can get Gabe Arnold.
Yeah. And I tell you what, I'd love a camera crew just following Carter around. Like
the dude still in 5 seasons, including his redshirt year, does not have 100 matches.
Can you imagine that? Like it's so crazy that like guys used to wrestle 50 matches a season, and now it's like, oh yeah, you've been wrestling for 7 years and you have 93 wins.
Yeah, what was it? Kale's 160 or no, 159.
159, no, yeah.
And that was in 4 seasons.
Yeah, in 4 consecutive seasons.
Yeah.
Carter's gonna have 5 seasons and not even break 100.
Insane.
Yeah, that's right. That's about right. All right, and then heavyweight is the last one. Greg.
AJ Frashone.
Kirkleet.
You think so?
Yeah, I think AJ is gonna beat Kirk out for the spot this year.
Yeah,
now, do we see Kirk repeat?
Yes.
Maybe. I'm not saying he's a lock. I mean, he definitely could, but I also really wouldn't be like shocked if
I think
he didn't.
Hot take. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but Nick Feldman's gonna beat him this season.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a lot of people are talking about Wyatt Hendrickson is the number 2. I think Nick Feldman's the number 2.
I mean, Feldman had that was 1-0, right, in the quarters.
It was 1-0.
It is so incredibly frustrating so incredible to watch Greg Kirkland wrestle when it's like you
And
see him take down a guy in 10 seconds and it's like, okay, are you gonna cut him? No, no. I'm gonna ride and not turn him. And I'm gonna win 3-0.
And
Or 4-0 with a riding kick.
Feldman took
yeah, I was
him
gonna say
down.
at Big Tens, Feldman got the takedown, so
Yeah.
he knows he can take him down.
He's closed the gap every time. It was 12-0 their first match, 9-3 in Big Tens, and then 1-0 at NCAAs.
And that was only a few weeks later.
Yeah.
I wonder what Nick Feldman's been doing this offseason because like Kirk is like doing whatever.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, so he just competed in the jiu-jitsu event.
He
and
didn't
then
even
he's like,
win.
no, he didn't do very. I think he went 0-1.
Yeah, he did. He's no Lizard King.
No Lizard King.
Well, we can't all be as talented as Pat Downey.
I feel like Feldman is very much like a Kyle Snyder like clone.
Mm.
Yeah, I see
Well, and
that.
I'm sure he'll be heavier, like
Three-time
later
national
this year.
champion.
Do you think so?
Dethroning a two-time national champion.
Oh,
a
so
la,
what?
a la Gwiz and Snyder. Both
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah, Gwiz dethroned a guy, Tony Nelson, who was going for his third.
Yep.
Yep.
So
And then someone will dethrone Feldman after he wins his sophomore and junior year. Ben Keeter.
no,
Ooh.
no way. No
Bunch of
way.
Iowa haters.
So,
All right. Well, this is our Penn State lineup preview. How many NCAA champs?
I'm gonna go with.
I mean, are we talking best case scenario or most
I'm
What's your
realistic?
prediction? What's your
I'm gonna
gut?
say most.
Wait,
realistic.
are we saying like if all things go right for them, or are we saying like
What's your
realistically?
gut? What's your prediction?
Give me a second to think here. All right. Who you guys want? You want to go first? I'm gonna have to like actually look through this and think like logically for once instead of just being like they'll get 10. Penn State, let's go, baby. Like I'm gonna have to actually look at this and think this through.
I think my guess would be 3.
3?
Yes. 3.
Two.
I mean, there's 3 that I feel like are like kind of like extremely favored. And then
My
there's
3 would
another
be Mitchell Messenbrink, Carter
yeah.
Strachey, and Greg Kirkby.
I got
Those
5.
3, yeah, those 3 are like the locks, and then there are I think 2 that are potential capable, but I wouldn't say they're lock.
Who are
Like,
the
I would
2?
I got
Van
Luke
Ness
Liddell
and
Van Ness.
Haynes.
Van
Really?
Ness.
Who is
I
I
got
don't
who
think
Van
Van
Ness.
Ness. Van
I had
Ness is
Van
going to
Ness as well.
crumble. Van
Well,
Ness is
wait.
going to be a career injury bug guy.
I don't know about that. I got Van Ness. I got Liddell, Van Ness.
Lilith?
Put some respect on my boy's name.
Okay, yeah, right.
So
Can't get past
Liddell,
Marcus Blaze, but he's gonna win a national title.
Marcus Blaze isn't even there.
Yeah, exactly.
Liddell, Van Ness, Messenbrink, Carter, and Kirk. That's my 5.
I think Haynes is more likely to win than Lilidol.
Then 6. Let's go for 6.
Oh, I'm glad I convinced you.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean,
Drop it in the comments down below. How many
but
NCAA
I don't think
champions will
Lilidol's-
Penn State have
no way.
next
Lilidol.
season?
How many All-Americans?
No. Champs is what he said.
Champs. Yeah.
All Americans? Yeah. How many All Americans, Mike? How many do you think there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I thought you were gonna go 1, 2, 3, 10.
9. Everyone but 133.
Oh,
Do you not looking at it? Do you not think that's realistic? Everyone but 133.
I don't know. I think Josh Barr's still improving.
yeah. I would say Barr is. I would say
Barr had some big wins last year, and I feel like he's gotten a lot better since
Not
then.
really. His big win was Jacob Nolan of Binghamton.
yeah, that's not a big win. Nolan's like a 3-time NCAA qualifier who's
Round of
maybe
16
made round.
once.
Yeah, round of 16 once. I
And it
think.
was a 2-1 match.
I thought he beat Fishback somewhere.
But
Not
Fishback's
that
also not that great a win.
Fishback is very close to all American.
Not in folk style, at least, and not in his redshirt season.
He's
He
very
beat
close to-
Roman
but he's
Rigotsky.
not.
He didn't really wrestle any tough competition in his redshirt year. Aside
I-
from Nolan,
I think
maybe Roman
33 and 84
Rigotsky.
are their least likely All-American contenders. And then the next one that I would say would be in question would be Lilidol and then maybe Kasek, Facundo at 57, like in question, because I don't know how Kasek's going to adjust to being up yet another weight class.
I'm gonna say 8 again.
Which 8 do you think?
I'm gonna say everything but 49 and 84.
49? You don't think Van Ness is
You don't
gonna-
think you feel you feel more confident about either Aaron Nagao or
What?
Braden Davis than Shane Van Ness?
I feel way
I
more
just have a
confident about Van
sneaking
Ness.
suspicion that Van Ness is gonna get injured again.
I hope he wins just to like.
Wins the
Listen, if
whole
Penn State
thing.
you know, fixes the system and wrestles 6 matches during this regular season, then yeah, maybe. But
Do we think this team wins another national title? Just looking at like,
yes,
I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty hard to
not
overcome
close.
this.
It's not close.
yeah.
It's going to be real hard to overcome this.
I don't think the margin of victory will be as big as last year.
Yeah,
What's
probably
funny
not.
is I think there's potential for it to be bigger depending on how things go because
What?
I think it's
we'll
going to be
see.
less. I
You're
actually
losing
think the
Brooks.
opposite. It's
We
going to be
said I
much
said
more.
this last year at the same time, like a year ago. I feel like I had the same thing where I was like, I think this is their
Gonna
big
be a-
year.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then now you're just repeating it.
No,
This
no, no,
is
no. I'm saying
actually
like
going to be
this
their big.
team this year, the 25 to 26, 24 to 25 team, I think is going to be their big year. I like I said, I could see 6 champs. I could see 9 All-Americans.
Or they could have a worst case scenario where 25 does an All American, 33 does an All American, 49 does an All American, 57 does an All American, and 84 does an All
I just
American.
think it's gonna be it's gonna be a weird year with all the people transferring out of Penn State coaching and people
Yeah.
That's
training
true.
there. It's
That's
just
true.
gonna be a
It's
weird
definitely going
year.
to be very different for everyone.
It is going to be interesting like that.
So drop a comment
Some of
down
those
below. What are your
staples are
thoughts
gone.
on the Penn State lineup for the 24-25 season? We would love to hear your thoughts.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.